Alright, good afternoon everybody. It's Cole's Farm, North Carolina. I got a few things here, so I made some notes this week. It's May 20th. This is going to be week 8's inspection. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon, 89 degrees and 49% humidity. According to the Weather Bug app, the pollen is 7.5 out of 10, and that's from grass, hickory, pecan, and oak. Let's see, today it's been 11 days since the last inspection and 7 days since adding the 1 gallon freezer bag, which is 6 pounds of the 1-to-1 syrup. And it's been 3 weeks since placing the new queen in the colony. So all the cycles should have taken place. Probably going to have a whole bunch more drone brood, hopefully. So inspecting for supersedule cells, queen cells of course. Really cross my fingers to see a whole bunch more new comb made by bringing in nectar and pollen and everything. And hopefully they have started to seriously expand into the top brood chamber, so they can build at least 7 to 8 frames of that, and I can add add a honey super this season. That's what my overall goal is to harvest some honey this year. So I'm gonna wrap it up real quick and then get into the hive for week 8's inspection. So like I said, it's only been 7 days since adding the gallon bag of 1-to-1 syrup, and they have consumed all of it. It's been probably a month since I supplemented any food for them. So last time I did, it took them about 9 days to drink the entire bag. So now it's only been 7 days. So we'll get into the hive, take the empty super off here in a sec, and see how things are looking. Well, this is a good sign. I mean, it's better than last time. This is the 3rd frame from the top brood chamber, and they are actually starting to draw out the comb nicely. I'm not going to look anymore into the top brood chamber. The rest of the frames look about the same. They have a lot of work to go, so it's probably going to be another month until the top chamber is drawn out before we can add a honey super. So I'm just going to move on to the bottom brood chamber. So frame one, for whatever reason, this has been pretty slow going, but you know, they're making progress, just slowly. We added this frame from the top brood chamber down to the first last time, and as you can see, they really haven't done too much to it. However, frame number 3, as you can see, this is a new frame too that was placed in the first brood chamber from the second last time, and they've actually drawn out a good percentage, probably about 80–90% of the one side, which is closest to the center of the brood chamber, but the side facing the outside of the brood chamber looks like it hasn't really been touched at all. This is frame number 4, and this frame has some weight to it. Finally, a good looking brood pattern. That is 3 weeks of the new queen doing her job, and this looks excellent with a whole bunch of capped honey at the top. They're building their food chambers. Good looking brood. The uncapped brood, there's larvae in different stages. So this is what a good looking queen, a good producing queen, what her work looks like. Let's peek inside real quick. This is frame 5, and again, I could not be any more happy. That is a solid looking brood pattern. So all the brood from last time, and then look at that bee right there, placing some nectar into a cell. So all the brood from last time has been capped like I was hoping for, and they are doing an excellent job. Now the icing on the cake today would be if I could spot the queen. So frame 5, I haven't seen her yet. Frame number 6. Even happier. That is beautiful capped brood, and a whole bunch of it. So sometime in the next week or two, there should be a whole mess of bees. Look at this beautiful sight. This is frame 7. I mean, look at that honey. No queen yet, but I mean, this is nice. So this is frame 7. Unlike the last queen, she's moving throughout the whole colony. I mean, she has touched just about every frame so far on both sides of the foundation. This is honestly the first frame I can say I have picked up and I have truly felt the weight of the honey. I mean, this thing is heavy. I'd say the pollen flow is in full effect because these girls are definitely bringing it in and doing their job. I mean, this thing's easily 10 pounds and not even fully capped. This is frame number 9. Nice nectar, probably going to be capped in the next week or so. Nice capped honey up top. They're doing their job. finally frame number 10. It's like a whole bunch of drones on this frame, so hopefully they're just doing their job of building it out. All right, well, that's that. That took about less than 20 minutes, maybe 15 or so, and I could not be more happy. That is excellent. Excellent work from the new queen. That's what 3 weeks of good production looks like. I didn't make any sugar water this week, but I'm thinking I might give them another bag, another 6-pound bag of 1-to-1 syrup tomorrow. I don't think they're going to become honey bound. There's plenty of space in there, and perhaps the the syrup kind of gives them a boost to produce a little better. Who knows? But out of the 10 frames, I mean, it is packed in there with honey, capped honey, nectar that's probably going to be capped in the next week, a whole bunch of capped brood, a whole bunch more brood that's about to be capped probably in another week or so. So things are looking excellent. It's like night and day between the old queen and the new queen. So, from a new beekeeper's perspective and kind of learning as I go, the short courses, the classes teach you one thing. You can read books and videos, but you have to make real life decisions. And that first queen, I was hesitant, I was slightly reluctant to replace her, but there's an expression that goes something like this, you know, a queen doesn't get better in time. That couldn't be any more true. So I feel like I lost out on the first 4 weeks by having you know, a queen that wasn't producing all that well. This one's been in here for 3 weeks now, and like I said, it's night and day difference between the two. So you know, I'm still on the fence whether or not we're going to be drawing honey, whether we're going to be harvesting honey this year. That's still to be determined, but I would be happy if they draw out the top box and have a healthy 2 brood chamber colony going into winter. So that's my #1 goal, is to get this colony through winter, and then perhaps maybe next year we'll be lucky enough to harvest honey. So thanks for watching, everybody. This is Cole's Farm. Next week will be week number 9, and you know, as usual, I'll have that video for you then. Thanks. Bye.